Hello, everyone. Welcome to Tea Time with Taylor. It is 10 o'clock Central Standard Time at Tailored Expressions. I'm here in the studio today, and we are going to talk about our latest release. It's a big one today. I always love this release because we usually, as card makers, have to plan in advance of the actual holiday so that we can have time to make our projects. And this is one of the releases that I just anticipate so much because I am ready for winter to be over. So if you are excited about the promise of spring and what Easter brings for all of us, then today is exciting for you too, I hope. We are going to talk about our new Easter and spring release products. So we have something cute, we have some lovely spiritual items, and so I'm excited to share all of them with you today. So tell me hi as you're hopping on. If this is your first time watching, don't be shy. Pop in with a comment, say hello. I like to say hi to everybody that I can here at the beginning. Oh, Heather's here today. Hi, Heather. Hello, Cindy. Hi, Julianne. Awesome. What's the weather like for you guys? It's actually going to give us a little taste of spring today. We're supposed to get up to 50 here in Iowa today, which is awesome. Hi, Vicki. Kimberly's here, and Debbie in South Dakota. Oh, yay, Susan's here today too. Hi, Susan and Heather, my other two live teachers on Thursdays. Heather and Susan join you guys to teach. Hopefully they're not critiquing me too much today, but I'm glad you guys are here so you can have conversation. We always talk about when people get quiet. What does that mean? It makes me nervous. Like, don't be quiet. Everybody chat, and whether you want to chat with each other or ask questions, it just keeps the mood happy and makes me happy to see everybody commenting along. So hi, Brenda. Gorgeous day in Austin today. Deb's here, and Candy up in Duluth. Hello, EJ. And we have Debbie's here. Debbie, I feel for you. -10 in Ontario, Canada. Okay, so you need this promise of spring today is what I'm hearing or what I'm reading, what I'm inferring from what I've read. At -10, that doesn't sound very lovely to me. Hello, Christine. Hi, Pamela, also in Canada. Jennifer's here. Mindy's here. Okay, well, I've said hi to lots of people. Keep saying hello as you pop in. And again, if this is your first time, even if you're watching on the replay, just give us a hashtag replay or comment along as if you're watching it live, because we love to go back, read your comments, and hope you guys are excited. Here we go. Let's get down into the good stuff, what the design team has created with our new release products. So we have, this release includes, I think I counted right before I came on today, I counted 21 new products, and some of these new products coordinate with products we've released already in the past. We love to do that at Tailored Expressions. I love to make what you have even more versatile by bringing out new things to work with it. And so we've done some of that in this release as well. You can see all these gorgeous samples down in front of me. Oh no, Marcia has no power, but you're still able to watch on your phone. Well, that's good news. Give you something to do while you wait for your power to come back on. Okay, I'm gonna do some sorting as we just chatter a little bit more here. Christine's looking forward to the 51 degrees here in Iowa today. Me too. Hopefully you're going to come see us a little bit later. Studio's going to be open today from 11 to 7, so come on in if you're local to our area. We would love to see you. Louise has a fun make and take plan today. Lots of good stuff going on around here. Okay, so usually I like to start by talking about our special offers for this month. Oh, hi, Sally. Hello, Linda. One order in and one more to go in the next few days. Okay, I'm up for that. Let me inspire you with a few things here. Maybe we'll find something new that you didn't know you needed to have. Okay, so like I said, we're going to talk about the special offers first. So first of all, we have gotten into the habit of doing this, and it has been something that you, our customers, really appreciate, so we continue to do it. So each release, or kind of some of our bigger releases lately, we have done a craft along class bundle. So when you purchase the bundle of products, in this case, it's the Spring Array class bundle that includes the stamp, stencil, and clear combo along with the coordinating die. When you purchase these two products as the bundle, you will receive a link to an exclusive class with Heather and I. So we each created two very different looking cards. I'm going to show them to you here, but I'm not going to talk a ton about them because this is what we are making in the exclusive class. So when you purchase that bundle, you will automatically receive an email that has a link to the Craft Along class. And the Craft Along class takes you step by step through how to make these projects. So it's not an edited video. It is something that you can sit and craft right along with us in real time. So we tell you the supplies we're going to be using. You can get those out. You can obviously pause and restart at your own pace, but these are the projects that we're making in our Craft Along class video. So if you want to receive access to that free class, then make sure you purchase these products as a bundle and not as the separate items. Let me tell you a little bit more about the Spring Array. It is a stamp, stencil, and clear combo, which means I'll just take it out of the package here. Candy, you got your order in. Gina, killing you with all the awesome new products. Well, I'm glad that you love them. I think a lot of the things that I love about the Easter products are they are very versatile for things beyond just Easter, and that is definitely what this Spring Array is. It's going to be versatile for use for birthdays and thinking of you. Even in the right colors, this could be a really pretty sympathy card. So it starts with the stamp that includes all of the greenery for the bouquet that you see on the front of the packaging. And then it continues with 4 stencil layers for adding color to the different florals. You can see what those look like. Super easy to line up because the stamp, the greenery stamp, is etched into each stencil design so that you can easily, hopefully I'm picking that up on the camera, I think so that you can easily line up what you've already stamped with each of those floral stencil layers. And then last, we have added a clear stamp, and that adds the small little details. So you can see I've added the little detail to the petals. We have the detail in the middle of the large flower and the detailing on this flower as well. So just a little something, if you want to step it up one more step, you can. But in our video, I know I mentioned that you can certainly use other mediums if you wanted to add your own detailing with Copic markers or colored pencils or those cool deco brush markers that we'll be talking about at Stamp Joy. You can do that as well. So we just wanted to give you every option in this product. So it is the Spring Array Stamp, Stencil, and Clear. And you might remember that we had our Autumn Array back in the fall. I think we released that in August. That was the same kind of concept. So if you loved the Autumn Array, then you will love the Spring Array. And I cannot wait to see what beautiful color combinations everyone does. I have one more card here to show you that the talented Miss Kavya created. So this one, you can kind of see that Spring Array behind the pretty cross. I love how she, I guess, layered the cross over the top of the Spring Array, so you get that beautiful floral right behind the cross. So really pretty, and then you can see the ones that Heather and I created as well. I love it that Heather and I always think so differently as far as our styles, and we never have to worry that, oh gosh, we might make a card that looks the same, because Heather and I's cards never look the same. So you guys get a lot of value in that class. You get 2 completely different styles and ideas for using those products that are in the bundle. Okay, so that was our first bundle offer. Those 2 products are $58, and the exclusive class is available through the end of the weekend. So through Sunday, if you purchase that bundle, you'll get that class with that for free. Okay, next up, yes, Totally gorgeous, Heather. Heather says Card by Kavya is gorgeous. You should really see it in person. I wish everyone could come and travel here and see it in person because holy moly, it is amazing. Okay, so next up is our other special offer. So that one was the $58 and you receive the free class when you purchase that bundle. And then with $75 or more, we are giving away a product that we actually released last year. And it goes so well with what is in this release that we decided to do it as one of our promotions. So this is our spring wreath layering stencil. It's only 2 layers. You can use your bitty blender brushes to get the different colored flowers on the wreath. And then of course the greenery is its own layer. You can see here that I combined it with one of our new products, which I'll tell you about next, and one of our new sentiments in this release. So don't forget about that special. It's going to go so well with lots of the items in this release. So $75 or more, and you get that spring wreath layering stencil free with your order. So let's talk about that cute little bunny. Our cute little bunny, our lamb, and our chick. I've got so many adorable projects. So Jen Schultz and Emily Midlowski made these. Some of them are Jen's and some are Emily's, but they used all the cute critters in our new Spring Squad die and clear stamp combo. So you might remember our Snow Squad in the winter for our holiday release, and this is a extension of that idea with spring critters. So obviously they go really well on tags, but you can use them on cards as well. You can kind of nest them below a shape so they look like their heads poking out. I love this baby card that Emily created. And then I also, in the base of my wreath, I used an X-Acto knife to cut into kind of the curve of the wreath, and then I just tucked the little bunny into the edge of the wreath. So the Spring Squad, like I said, is a die and clear stamp. So you'll get those dies, and then the clear stamps will add the details like the eyes, the nose, the mouth. There's a die for the cute little bow tie. You have dies for the chick's wings and kind of feathers coming out of the hair, out of the top of the head. So different options for, oh, the cheeks. That's the other thing that's in the stamp set. And the little, I guess I should hold this up a little bit closer. So you have the kind of little feathers detailing, and you have the sheep fur kind of swirls for the stamp options as well. You guys, oh, thank you, Susan. Susan made a beautiful card that I had trouble finding today, but hopefully we have it in pictures up on the website. She did a really pretty card using the same wreath and opal foil. So Susan has been loving that opal foil, and she put it over the top of a blended wreath color, and I loved how that turned out. Okay, so let's continue on with Joyful Joyful. So this is going to be our new sentiment set for this Easter and spring release. You can see there's some Easter in here. Happy Easter, he is risen, how great thou art. Then there's Hello Sunshine and Joyful Joyful. And then we have the dies to coordinate with that stamp set. You've already seen several uses of this. I had this one on my Hello Sunshine card with the Easter Bunny. Kavya used the Happy Easter on the beautiful Cross and Spring Array card as well. And then I'm going to bring this in too, because this is one of my favorite new products. So Emily Midlowski made this card. Of course, you probably could have guessed that with her beautiful rainbow of die cut backers on this project. And the Hello Sunshine sentiment from the Joyful Joyful. But I wanted to show you this new product that she also used. So this is our Raise Pierce and Cut plate. So we've become known for our Pierce and Cut plates recently, and this one is really fun. Again, perfect for Easter. You could put a beautiful cross over the top of that, or you can use this all throughout the year just as a fun background. I wanted to show it to you. Hello, Candy. Oh, Lynn says I'm going to need to make a second order. No judgment here. I'm cool with that. Okay, so this is, I cut the Raise Pierce and Cut plate just out of white cardstock because I wanted to show you what that looks like up close. So you can see those details actually cut into the cardstock. If you wanted to push another piece of cardstock through there, you could, because it is actually cut into the paper, but it is not flimsy at all. It is still super sturdy to adhere that onto your card base. It is sized at 4 by 5 1/4, so it is an A2 layer and fits with that perfect border around your A2 card base. You could really blend this with some beautiful colors. I know some of the other designers used it in their projects coming up here, so keep an eye out for that one. That is the Ray's Pearson Cut Plate. Super cute card. She used those fun tiny diamonds to kind of accentuate the rays coming out from the center of the design. Okay, I always get a little crazy here. My piles just keep moving farther away. Okay, so next up, this is something that we released last year, and then we had so many of you say, we need a die for this. So last Easter, we released this stencil. It's called Oh Hoppy Day, and there are etch markings on here to create a perfectly sized A2 card layer and get all of those bunnies blended with whatever colors that you like. Then you can add things like our white pom-pom bunny tails that we sourced perfectly to fit the cute little bunny tail on the blended stencil. But now, new with this release, we have Little Bits Oh Hoppy Day. So these bunnies perfectly line up with these. So if you wanted to stencil and then, like Emily did, you could pop up a patterned bunny over the top. That gives you lots of options. Or you can just add bunnies to your project like Jill did on this super cute card. I'm going to show this more to you in just a second because there's another new stamp on there. But you can use these in combination with each other, or you don't have to. I will mention one thing. So we did do 3 bunnies in a row because it's just nice to be able to cut out multiples and not have to run it through your machine a bunch of times. Just so everyone is aware, these 3 bunnies are not designed to cut out the 3 bunnies in the stencil. These were designed to just cut out separately and pop up where you want to accentuate or add dimension or highlight certain bunnies in this design here. So don't try to line these up. You can see here in the video that these are closer together than these, so they're not made to die cut these bunnies in the stencil. So you might want to add some of those little pom-pom butts, bunny butts. What did we call them? Not bunny butts. We called them bunny tails. That's probably a better name. Somebody who is better at naming than me named those. But I did do this sentiment. I love no bunny but you, which is super cute for looking at the back of a bunny with cute little, these are our clay hearts that Emily put on there. It looks like she put glitter over the top of those bunnies as well. That looks like our sugar cube glitter. Super cute and simple cards that she did there. All right. Oh, Jennifer, bunny tails are coming back. Bunny tails are coming back. I do apologize for that. They are back probably today or tomorrow. So if you want to hold, or if you've got another order going in later this week, they should be back in-house today, and then we just need to sort them and package them. So all right, here we are for our cutesy collection of this release, and our fun illustrator, Much Sketch. If you guys aren't familiar with her, you can follow her on Instagram. Her name is Gaia, and she does these adorable illustrations. And when I talked to her about the idea for this set, she totally picked up on it. She understood what I was wanting and came up with these adorable 3 critters, a basket, and the top and the bottom of an egg. So why do you want the top and the bottom of the egg separated? Well, the whole idea behind this set, which is called Extra Sweet, is to create a really cute interactive element. And you can see, actually, let me show you. Okay, this is the Taylor version, and this is the Kavya version. So you can see, I wanted to show you the simplified version so you didn't get overwhelmed when I showed you Kavya's version. She is amazing. She went all out and did a double interactive card. But this is actually what I'm going to show you later on in today's live, is how to put this interactive element together. And you can see you just pull up on that pull tab, and the egg lifts up off of the critter and reveals the critter sitting in the basket underneath. So let's pull on Kavia's double pull and see what happens. Okay, pull number 1, cute little bunny coming up from the egg, from behind the egg. And then pull number 2, the bunny or the chick is kind of hopping up out of the bottom of the egg. So cute. Look at her adorable detailing, beautiful white gel pen details. If you are attending our Stamp Joy event, you're going to hear directly from Kavya on how she decides to add those and why and where to just add so much dimension to her coloring. I just love it. Louise, you like bunny butts better? And yes, Charlie, there are reasons why you're not included on the product naming team, but maybe I need you to be because sometimes I choose things and then, yeah, I shouldn't have. Okay, so continuing with the interactive elements that are needed to create the cards that I just showed you, we have this that's called On the Straight Track. And you might remember that we previously had On the Right Track, and we had some of these straight pieces in that. So if you have that, you may have something like this that would work. But we did resize this smallest one to work perfectly with the pull elements in this particular extra sweet set. So we brought back the On the Straight Track, which was previously On the Right Track and included several other options, and a new smaller, shorter track in this version. Then this one is going to be useful for not just this interactive card project, but all of your interactive cards in the future. We included some. This set is called I'm Interactive. It's very small. It's 2x3, so not very expensive to just add to your cart and maybe use for lots of different occasions in the future. So if you have a glow-in-the-dark card, you can stamp it that it's glow-in-the-dark so the recipient knows that they should go into a dark place and look for what's glowing. There's one that says scratch off if you have a scratch off element, shake me, push here, pull, tear, look, lift up, all kinds of options for adding to your interactive projects. And you can see that both Kavya and I used the pull stamp, and I'm going to talk a little bit more about that when we do the next portion of this video here in a little bit. So that is the extra sweet combo with the Stamp and Die, and then the On the Straight Track and I'm Interactive. Okay, next up, let's talk about our spiritual Easter collection. So every year I love doing something with crosses. I think crosses are not just for Easter, they can be used for baptisms and sympathy cards and lots of different occasions throughout the year. So this is our collection that we created specifically for Easter, but I want to see these used all throughout the year. So let's talk about the first item here. So this is our At the Cross stencil. You might remember our festive fur stencil that was at the holidays. It was a similar design to this, but in a Christmas tree shape, and that was really popular. So when it came time to think about crosses, I thought we should do something in the same kind of element or pattern, but with a cross shape. And then this time we've added 2 dies. So with this particular set, you get the ability to cut the actual pattern into your paper, and you get the ability to cut an outline around the outside. So if you put these 2 dies together, you end up with something like this. So this card, I think Jill made this one. Yes, Jill Hawkins made this card, and she cut a solid cross out, and then she cut the pattern design into the purple paper, and then used the outline to cut out the pattern and place it over the top of the solid. So having these as 2 separate dies just gives you so many more options. So if you want to cut your design into a piece of paper and maybe put some gold foil cardstock behind it, you can do that with this piece. But if you want to actually have the cross itself and place it over the top of something else, you have that option as well. And then to give you even more options, we have the same artwork in a stencil form. So you can do cool techniques like Susan did here, where she embossed the design from the stencil with white embossing powder and then die cut it with the outline portion of the cross. You can see those rays in the background that look just really stunning. They're kind of subtle, but they add so much to the project. She used one of our dies from the Subtle Sprigs set, die cut from vellum, and then her sentiment from Joyful Joyful is also die cut from vellum. And Susan, I do love your purple. I do. So I know we always joke about Taylor and her purple, but for this occasion, I think it's really beautiful. I do love the purple crosses. All right, let's talk about in the background of this particular project, Jill used our new Mini Slim rotating rays. So this is a rotating stencil, but you don't have to use it that way. We do have another Mini Slim raised stencil where the centralized ray is kind of starting up in the corner and then coming out. This one starts in the center and it can be rotated 180 degrees just like this and blended again to give you a little bit of a different look. So some of the rays will overlap, some of them will create small white spaces. It just gives the look a lot more dimension if you stencil it in one color, rotate it 180 degrees and stencil it again in a different color. So that's the rotating rays. Then let's talk about this beauty. Jen Schultz made this. You guys, it is so pretty. Her blends are absolutely the best. And I can't even tell you all the colors that she used. She gets such an amazing, just soft blend of her colors that look so seamless. Just seamless transitions from color to color. So she'll have to teach us how to do that sometime. But she used our Third Day border, which is previously released. It's this cross on a hill. It goes so well with the new He Is Risen die and backer. So the He Is Risen is all connected together, so don't worry, you're not piecing together those letters to get it into this particular arrangement. It is all together as one die cut. And then we have the He Is Risen shadow to back that word, those words, He Is Risen. So you can see Jen's shadow here is cut from vellum, and then she blended the He Is Risen letters to coordinate with her beautiful background. So, so pretty. Okay, one more item that is going to be great for your spiritual Easter cards, and that is our mini strips in reverse. So we haven't done the mini strips as an in reverse previously. We've only done our simple strips. And so here we have the little smaller kind of, I guess, smaller die set that goes with our mini strips and the sentiments that go in this. So these are all different than any of our previously released sentiment stamps. So He Is Risen, Happy Easter, Amazing Grace, Rejoice, Alleluia, Easter blessings, may the miracle of Easter bring you hope. How great thou art, He is risen indeed, and glory to the risen Savior are the sentiments in that. And you get 10 of these in one package. You can foil them if you want. They are toner printed, so you can foil them through your Mink machine and make them pretty and gold or silver, or I think actually Emily did one in purple. Here's one that she did on this card. If I hold it up to the light, you can see the pretty foil across the Happy Easter sentiment. All right, so that's it for our kind of cross religious collection. Now let's talk about some additions to previous collections. I think that's all I've got left here to talk through, and then we got to get going, okay? You guys still with me? Everybody here? Check in if you're still watching. Sorry, I was trying to catch up on comments, so I went silent for a moment there. Okay, so next up we have Full Circle Easter. Has those cute kind of icons in a circle, and you can see what Jill Hawkins did with that. She used our Stitched with Love cutting plate in the background from our release last month. That turned out super cute. And here's the Oh Happy Day bunnies that we talked about earlier, and you can cut those out and kind of nestle those in little places on your projects. So some great sentiments in this set, as well as the cute little circle, and it's actually quite a bit bigger than what it looks on the front of the packaging here. So it is designed to work with one of our masking stencil shapes, so if you wanted to mask and then blend color over the top of your image, you could do that easily with one of our masking stencil circles as well. And then, as an extension of our Critter Clips collection, Heather did this set called Critter Clips Easter, and includes super cute elements. You've got the lamb that she cut out of felt. I love a good lamb cut from felt because you just want to touch it. That's the texture that you want to feel when you're creating a lamb. Then we have an Easter egg with some of our new rainbow rhinestones on it. That's adorable, Heather. Then we have a little chick that comes out of the Easter egg if you so choose. And we have a cute little Easter bunny. I love how she took his ear and kind of folded it down and glued it, so he has got a little bit more character. But you can leave those ears fully upright as well. So super cute tags, and Heather used I think, Heather, did you use the, what did we call that? Tag along. Oh, now I can't remember. Somebody's gonna help me out. Yes, Kristen, we still sell felt. So you can find these colors on our website. It looks like she used marshmallow, heather gray, not sure what that yellow is. The pink looks like cherry blossom. So yes, we have lots of 100% wool felt options on our website. Tag team. Yes, Brenda got it. Oh, and of course, Heather was there. Tag Team Easter was the name of the stamp set she used, and then Tag Team dies she used to cut out those sentiments. Okay, so another addition to a collection that Heather did. Last year, Heather created these two products, the Good Egg Stamp and Stencil Combo. So the stamp stamps all of the detailed parts of the eggs, and then the stencils go over the top, and you can stencil them in whatever color you desire to create colored Easter eggs, and then we have the die set to cut them out. So again, this was released last Easter, and we wanted to add to that collection with the Foil It Good Egg. So we took those same Easter patterns from the stamp and made it into a foilable paper pack. So you can now take that and you can foil it like Heather did on this project. You can see there as it hits the light, you can see the gold shattered foil really reflecting there. So I love that option, and your rainbow colored Easter eggs turned out really cute, Heather. You can see over here that she added some of those Easter eggs in her shaker element, and some extras just adhered over the top of the shaker panel as well. Super, super cute. Tag team back again. Check it, direct it. Let's begin. Oh, Louise, I hope you enjoyed that, because Louise said tag team good 90s group, and I was just listening to that song yesterday, and my sister was saying, who sings that? I was like, tag team back again. I am a child of the 90s. Okay, you guys, let's talk about the last two products, and then we got to get to creating here. So this is the new addition for this release called Treat Wrap Basket Accessories. We're going to have a video on this product combo on Thursday, so you can see our video team designer, Joy Baldwin, will be using these products and creating using our TE style sheet. So this is how to create a treat wrap basket. So if you have our previously released present treat wrap, that's what this is designed to go with. So this shape looked perfect as a basket. All you need is to add a little weave to your basket, a cute little scallop detail, and a handle, and you've got yourself an adorable Easter basket treat or treat wrap. So you can create this into a basket by adding sides to it, and that's what we have measured everything. We've given you the measurements and the score and how to put this together if you want to make this into a basket with closed sides, so that you can put maybe more candies or bigger candies than what you can if you just use it as a treat wrap. Or you can use it as a wrap, put a couple of Ghirardelli chocolates in there, maybe tie a bow on it to hold it a little bit tighter. And I wanted to show you guys. That's awesome. Well, there it is. And yes, Vivian, I thoroughly enjoyed the Super Bowl halftime show. My kids probably thought I was a little crazy, especially when Eminem came on and I knew all the words, and it was like the inner rapper in me just came out. So it was fun. Okay, one more thing I wanted to point out about this that actually Kavya discovered. So as I mentioned before with our raised cutting plate, this basket weave is also a cut line. So as you place this over the top of your present treat wrap and run it through your die cut machine, it's going to cut those notches to give you a little bit of the look of a basket on the front of your treat wrap. So you can see in the graphic here, that's what it's designed to create. Well, Miss Clever Kavya figured out that our 1/4 inch easy strips, which are now back in stock, I believe, you can actually weave them through the cut lines to create your own basket weave. So you can pull that design apart a little bit and just kind of weave a different colored paper or even a similar colored paper through and create your own more dimensional looking basket weave. So I loved that she made that discovery. I was like, that's genius. And she said, oh, I thought that's what you wanted me to do. I was like, that is what I wanted you to do. I just didn't know that's what I wanted you to do. So, okay. I gotta get moving here. So hopefully I can talk quickly because Miss Louise is gonna be coming in here to do her thing in the studio. I'm just going to cut this piece of paper down to 4 by 5 1/4. This is my sugar cube. I wanted to show you guys how to make that interactive element with the basket, the extra sweet, I guess it was called, the extra sweet card. So I have my paper here. Don't worry, or maybe you'll be disappointed, I don't know, but don't worry, I'm not going to color all of this on the video. I already have an extra one that I colored this morning so that we don't have to go through the Copic coloring part of this because that does take a long time. So we are going to do the stenciling on the background. I'm going to grab my blender brushes here along with my inks, which I have put upside down. Granny Smith Pea Pod Confetti Cake. I'm going to place my cardstock down here. I've got a couple of different stencils I'm going to use. This is one that I haven't used for a while. We are going to start with the Stencil Strips Grass. So this comes with 3 different stencils. And some of them are curved and this one happens to be straight. So you can create a scene using stencils. It looks very realistic in the background, but it's just one layer. So in order to do that, you're kind of working in the opposite direction. So with the clouds, I typically do pull it down this way. Well, with the grass, you need to place it at the bottom of your project and then stencil within that opening. So if you did it this direction, that would be the wrong way because your grass blades would be going down instead of up. I may have done that once before. I think I was in a hurry. I'm going to blame it on that, but okay, so Granny Smith ink with my blender brush first. And we're going to go with about, a 1/2 inch here at the bottom. And I might regret this later, but I am just going to hold it with my fingers. I do have a fun announcement for you guys. So last time we had some questions about pixie tape, and is that something that we would be carrying? And I am super excited to tell you that we placed our pixie tape order. I'm going to go over a lot of my opinions about it when we receive it. But if it's something that maybe you've already purchased it somewhere else, but if it's something you're waiting for Tailored Expressions to carry, I wanted to let you know that we do have that on order and it should be arriving fairly soon. All right. So I went back in with a little bit of pea pod to give some extra dimension to that grass. And when we lift that up, you can see that looks lovely on the bottom. Okay, now we're going to do the clouds. So again, we have cloud stencil strips, and they come in a set of 3 as well. There's some larger bumps on the clouds. There's some more concentrated ones. This is usually the one that I reach for the most. It is layer number, oh, I guess we didn't number these layers. Whoops. It's the more concentrated one though that I like to use. I start at the top. I'm going to use confetti cake ink. And I'm going to use my blender brush here and just lightly brush across that stencil. And then when I pull this away, I'm going to shift slightly so that my clouds have a more realistic look. You can just keep pulling that stencil design down all the way, but I find that if you shift it as you're going, you're going to get a little bit more dimension and realistic looking clouds. I am concentrating my blending towards the edge of the stencil line so that I leave a little bit of white space there. And I should get you guys in a little bit closer so you can see better what I'm doing here. Who said that? Heather? I'm living on the edge, Heather. Yes. There's nothing like making mistakes in front of a big audience on Facebook Live. So I am living on the edge, trying not to make any mistakes here. So every time that after I blend, I pull the stencil down about a ½ inch to 1 inch, depending. And I shift it slightly left or right as I pull it down the page. Have you guys used these cloud stencil strips before? I love creating scenes with them. It makes it so easy, makes you look like you really know what you're doing, but it's simple. Okay, one last, and here we are gonna go over the grass just a touch, but the blue is light enough that it doesn't really affect the grass color. And then down here at the bottom where the stencil was covering is pretty, I guess, there's a big contrast there. So I want it just a little bit of blue in there. So I'm going to take my blender brush. I didn't put very much ink on it, but now it's not so starkly white. Yay for pixie tape. Okay, I pulled it off. I did it. I did not mess up my paper without using my pixie tape. I want to wait to tell you guys all about it until I have it in my hand. Okay, so here's our background. Now, let's grab our dies. So I mentioned this shortest track in the on the straight track is what we want to use to create the, I guess, the slide mechanism, the opening for this piece to slide up and down. So I am going to just kind of generally lay down my project. Little chickie is going to sit in the basket, and then my egg is going to go here, and my straight track needs to travel up towards the top. So if you don't want it to overlap your duck head, otherwise when your egg comes all the way down to the bottom, it will come, I guess you can see that it will run into that if you've overlapped your duck head. So I want that to sit centered towards the top of my project, and I'm going to grab my die cut machine with my Scotch removable adhesive. Now, if you guys have been watching me for any length of time, you know that Scotch removable adhesive is my preferred die cutting tape, and that probably isn't going to change with the introduction of pixie tape. I know some of you used to use purple tape for die cutting, and so maybe you're looking for an option that you can tack your dies down with. This is my recommendation, is the Scotch removable, but I will show you the pixie tape now that I have it. I primarily used to use the purple tape to hold my stencils in place while I was blending. So that's what I'm really excited to get it back for. Okay. TE designer videos are the best to watch while on the treadmill. Wow, I feel special. I don't want to, nothing makes me want to get on the treadmill, so I'm glad we can inspire you enough to work out while you're watching. Okay, so you can see that I saved that little inside piece from the cutout. We are going to use that a little bit later, but let's put together our pull mechanism next. So we are going to need 2 of our on the right track discs. They look like this. I keep mine in a little hinge tin like this. They are clear, and you need 2 of them for each mechanism that you are attempting to put together. So let's grab the other thing we need, which is foam sticky circles. These guys. All right, this might be a little bit different. So I've instructed doing slider cards where you want the item to kind of spin or slide along a long track. In this case, I don't want my mechanism to be spinning around. I don't want my egg to be going, all directions. So we are going to use a couple of these side by side. I did try just using one, and so that's why I'm sharing this tip, because I did like it a lot better. Gave it a little more stability when I used 2 of them side by side, like this. So I've placed 2 of those dots down the center of one of my little discs. And then we're going to place that right in here like this so that you can see those 2 dots. And then we're going to place the second dot. Well, I removed the backing paper. Hopefully you saw that. We're going to place the second dot over the top, just like that. So now we have this mechanism that moves up and down inside our track. Okay? Very nice. All right, now let's let's adhere our little duck into place. We got some tape runner here. All right. I forgot some glue dots, so if anyone is out there and could bring me some glue dots, that would be awesome. We're going to adhere the base of the Easter basket last, because we might want to move it up slightly or down slightly based on exactly where our egg ends up going. Now, I would recommend using a glue dot to adhere this piece of paper to the actual dot, or to the disc, I guess. Just something a little more sturdy than the typical tape runner is nice, because it is plastic, and so something like a glue dot works a lot better than... My glue dots are here! Those are not glue dots. That's okay. Try again. Okay, she'll be back soon. We are gonna cut this then. I'll do okay, yes. All right, so she brought me a glue dot. We're gonna place that glue dot at the top part of our egg. And then, then we can place that down onto our disc, just like that. So now we can see how that pulls up, all the way up off of the top of our cute little duck. And then we might want to move that basket up just slightly. Obviously we can't have it floating above the grass, so he's going to sit right about there. And I'm going to pop that up as well. So I'll just do that with some of these foam circles since I've got them out. Sorry. I must have missed it. Could you use a leftover scrap from the foam strips too? A leftover scrap of what, Sally? I must have missed some conversation. Somebody else has probably answered that by now. I forgot to look up at the comments. Okay. One last dot. All right. Okay, now we have to create the actual piece of paper that you can pull on in order to pull this up and down on your project. Oh, you know what? Okay, I see what she was asking. Use a sticky strip instead of the 2 foam circles. And I did try that, actually. That was my first attempt. You would need to put 2 sticky strips side by side because I tried just one and it had too much wiggle room in between I guess the sticky strip is only 1/8 of an inch and this is 1/4 of an inch. So if you put 2 sticky strips side by side, you could do that, but these happen to fit more snugly in the track so that you don't have your mechanism wobbling left to right and back and forth. Does that make sense? Okay, I'm glad you asked that because I did try sticky strips. That was my first effort. And then I was like, you know, that didn't work so well. So we went with something else. And when I say we, I mean Susan and I, because she was here with me. Okay, so I'm gonna grab about, 1/2 inch or so of this. Okay. And then, see, this is the point in the video where I have lost everything that I know that I brought out. Oh, here it is. All right, I've got my, so this is from our mini tags stamps or die set. And I'm going to use the little pull stamp and stamp that. And I have to give credit where credit is due. This was Kavia's idea. She did this on her interactive card, which made me think that was genius and I should do the same thing. Because why reinvent the wheel? She came up with a great idea, which I was looking for her card. Here it is. So she used a different die from that particular die set, the mini tags, and just stamped her pull element on there, which I thought was genius. So now we have this strip. We can adhere our pull tab over the top. Hello from Honolulu. That sounds beautiful, Jocelyn. Hope you're not taking the gorgeous weather for granted, although it's pretty nice around here as well. Okay, so here, this is the portion then, this strip that we've cut that's going to nest behind this and pushed kind of downward here, about like that. Of course, you could cut off, maybe I want to do that. I didn't think about that before I adhered it on here, so now I'm ripping it apart. I'm going to cut down the tag just a little bit like this, and then I'll adhere it back onto my pink strip here, which I'm also going to cut down just a touch. Okay, so now that fits a little bit better right up here at the top, and my pull isn't sitting up quite so high. So here's what that looks like. Let's turn it over. We're going to put a glue dot on the back of the disc here. So I like to just hold my glue dots and place them, instead of trying to take them off of the roll, just place it right up on what I'm going to adhere, and then the glue dot just pops off there. Now if we turn this over, we can see this. Is where I want to put my tabby. I'm just going to center it on that disc. Okay, so now we have the pull mechanism in place. We still have a little wobbly from side to side, which I'm going to show you how to fix that here in just a second. Just make sure I've got my pull tab on there straight. Okay. All right, so we're moving, we're being lifted, we have our pull. Now we need to adhere this piece down to a card base. And this is where it helps to add even more stability to our interactive mechanism, which I'm going to show you how to do that. And we have 4 minutes left. 4 minutes. I feel like I need someone to set a timer for me like I do for my kids in the morning. You have 3 minutes to brush your teeth, and then you must be back downstairs, and then you have 2 minutes to put your shoes on, and then you must pack your bag. Okay, so you guys, I forgot about this part and I didn't do it, but I don't want to take the time right now. But if you want this to be seamless, like my first project is, where the background of those clouds matches up, you can adhere this little strip that fell out onto your pull tab, and then it makes it look like one seamless, a little bit more seamless on the background, but I don't think it looks bad with it being pink either. So up to you how you want to do that. I just don't want to waste time right now while I'm trying to show this very last step before I head out today. Okay, so the last thing that you need is your sticky strips. So you need both sticky circles and sticky strips for this project. And we are going to kind of build almost like you're building a shaker well around your pull element. And all the way around the outside of the card. You want to create enough space for your mechanism to work, and so I like using these 1/8 inch sticky strips. It gives it a little bit more I guess dimension than the 1/16 inch foam tape does. So we'll build up this side so our little pull guy can't escape from his home. That will keep him centered in there once we get this adhered down to the card base. I am just now starting to feel it. I did not have breakfast this morning. Usually I'm a big breakfast person, and this morning I just wasn't feeling like having breakfast, and now I'm feeling famished. When will the basket die come out? I think Charlie answered your question that it is available currently, as in right now. All right, I got a couple more strips here. I had some that were pre-cut, so I'm trying to use those up all the way around the outside. The other part of this that I didn't show, in case you are going to give this a try yourself, you will want to stamp any kind of, if you're going to stamp your sentiment directly onto your background, you will want to do that before you put all of this other stuff on it, especially before you put any of this foam tape. But you can always stamp your sentiment and put it on another piece of cardstock or something like that over the top of your background. Okay, so let's take those pieces, the backing pieces off. We've got our card base, and then we can adhere this down. Okay, and I am ending, holy molies, you guys, it's 11. There's people waiting to get in. It's great, everything's fine. Our new building will have a production studio just for Taylor. Okay, we don't want to adhere our mechanism to the tape, so we are going to make sure he is centered in there. And then we'll adhere this to the card base. There we go. There's our pull tab. Ta-da, we did it. Okay, you guys, I have to head out really fast because everybody's waiting to get in here. Thank you so much for tuning in today, and I hope you find something that you love at the Tailored Expressions web store. Of course, we're here to help if you need anything, and feel free to reach out. We'll see you on Thursday. Heather will be here to create with you, so tune in 10 o'clock on Thursday. We'll see you then. Bye-bye.